When you see a six-figure price tag on a car, most people instantly think, yo, that thing's got to be safe as a tank. It's almost automatic. Luxury usually equals thicker doors, more high-tech locks, and a ride that's harder to mess with. You're not just buying a car, you're buying peace of mind, or at least that's what we've been told. But here's the cold truth. Price does not equal protection. Not anymore. In fact, the stats paint a way scarier picture for the so-called luxury owners. Let's hit you with some numbers real quick. In 2023, auto theft in the US blew past 1 million cases. That's the highest in over a decade. And here's the kicker. It wasn't just old clunkers getting jacked. Thieves are going after the big toys. Range Rovers, Dodge Chargers, Lexus SUVs, all hot targets. Why? Simple. They flip easy for parts, fetch insane resale value overseas, and thieves know insurance will foot the bill, so owners usually don't even chase them down. And get this. In some cities, stealing a Range Rover takes less than 2 minutes. I'm not kidding. Thieves literally walk up with a $200 relay device, boost your key fob signal from inside your house, and boom, they're gone before you've even put cream in your morning coffee. Imagine dropping $100,000 for a car that can vanish faster than your DoorDash order. That's not luxury. That's straight-up anxiety on wheels. Now, contrast that with Tesla. Whole different story. Even the cheaper Teslas, like the Model 3 and Model Y, crazy low theft rates compared to the industry average, and it's not magic. It's because Tesla doesn't play around with security. They build it in from the blueprint, not as some afterthought. You've got PIN to drive, so even if someone breaks in, the car won't start without your code. You've got GPS tracking baked in, meaning even if the car gets moved, it's basically playing hide and seek with the FBI on your app. Then there's Sentry Mode, which is like a paranoid night owl with cameras pointed everywhere recording the second someone breathes too close to your car. Put it all together, and what you get is this. A $40,000 Tesla can actually be harder to steal and safer to own than a $100,000 luxury SUV. Wild, right? Tesla's basically flipped the script. They're saying, safety isn't something you buy with a fat wallet. It's something you build into every wire, every sensor, every software update. And that's what makes the upcoming Model 2 such a big deal. If Tesla's planning to roll out all these fortress-style protections into a car that costs about $25,000, man, that's going to be a game changer. That means an everyday driver, a college kid, or a family just trying to stay within budget could get better security than somebody who dropped 6 figures at a luxury dealership. Here's the part that stings, though. A lot of luxury brands are stuck in the past. They're still selling you prestige instead of actual protection. You're paying for quilted leather seats, a 30-speaker sound system, and maybe that big shiny logo that screams, "I made it." But none of that matters when a thief slides under your ride with a laptop and a crowbar. The truth is, most of those 6-figure cars are basically just expensive bait sitting in your driveway. Meanwhile, Tesla, they're treating even their so-called budget model like a digital vault on wheels. They're thinking ahead, updating constantly, and making sure it's a nightmare for anyone to mess with your car. So, bottom line, fam, expensive doesn't equal safer, not anymore. The Model 2 is about to prove that security isn't about flexing your wallet. It's about design, software, and keeping you one step ahead of the bad guys. And honestly, that shift might be the reason people start ditching gas cars for good. Here's the thing, fam. Most car companies treat security like an accessory. They build the car first, then slap on alarms, sensors, and maybe a fancy key fob at the end. It's like building a house with the doors wide open and then saying, we'll throw a lock on later. That's not real security. That's patchwork. Tesla, whole different mindset. They start from the blueprint stage, the metal, the wiring, the bones of the car, and design it to be a nightmare for anyone trying to break in. It's not just strong locks, it's good luck even finding a weak spot. Take the Model 2, for example. From what's leaked and teased, it's shaping up to be a prevention-first kind of car. Think about it like this. Most thieves want quick wins. They need a clean access point, a seam to pry open, a cable to yank, a port they can plug into. Tesla looks at all those classic attack routes and basically says, nope, not here. For starters, the Model 2 is expected to hide all the juicy service pathways deep inside sealed compartments. Stuff like diagnostic ports and release cables, they're buried behind multiple layers of protection, accessible only from the cabin after the driver verifies themselves. Translation: a thief crawling under your car at 2 a.m. is going to waste a whole lot of time finding absolutely nothing. And it gets even crazier. Tesla's rumored to use big underbody castings for the Model 2, just like they do on their other cars. Why does that matter? Because fewer seams and fewer joints mean fewer pry points. No easy leverage spots equals no easy entry. You can't just jam a crowbar into a solid casting. That's like trying to bite into a brick. Even the way panels are connected gets the fortress treatment. Instead of leaving bolts and fasteners exposed, Tesla tucks them away or hides them behind trim that only releases from the inside. Some of those fasteners even use shear sleeves and torque to yield bolts. Basically, if you try to force them out, you break them before they ever budge. It's the automotive version of a self-destruct button. Let's not forget about the battery pack either. On most cars, the battery is a weak spot, but on Tesla's design, the pack itself is integrated as part of the car's structure. In the Model 2, it's expected to be treated like a stressed member, with crush rails and jack pads isolating it from prying tools. If you're trying to break in from underneath, all you're hitting are sacrificial layers. The real latches sit way up inside the shell where no street-level tool can touch them. Even the hood and charge port aren't left out. Tesla's probably going with double wall pockets and anti-phishing grids that make it basically impossible to reach latch hardware with a simple hook or wire. So even the classic pop the hood trick, dead. And doors? Forget about it. Tesla shapes door openings to resist prying, with box sections around the B-pillar and striker plates reinforced from multiple angles. The hinge pins are captured from the inside, not exposed like on old-school rides. Meaning that quick peel back the door attack? Not happening here. Look, at the end of the day, what Tesla's doing is starving attackers of what they want most: clean access, clean leverage, and clean time. Without those, stealing the car becomes slow, noisy, and risky, the exact opposite of what thieves want. And here's the beauty. For the owner, it all feels invisible. You just get in, drive, and go about your life. The car is doing all the hard work in the background. So when people ask, how could a $25,000 electric vehicle be safer than a $100,000 luxury SUV? This is the answer. Because safety isn't about how much leather you slap inside or how big your logo shines on the grille. It's about designing the structure from day one to deny thieves the easy wins. And Tesla's blueprint-first philosophy makes the Model 2 feel less like a compact EV and more like a rolling vault. Bottom line, bro. With Tesla, safety isn't an afterthought. It's literally baked into the DNA of the car. And that's a game changer. All right, here's the real kicker. In 2025, cars aren't just machines on wheels anymore. They're computers, rolling iPhones, but with doors and airbags. And that means the new front line for safety isn't just locks and steel. It's software. If a hacker can jump into your car's system, all that thick metal doesn't mean jack. Now, let's talk about Tesla. One of the reasons people call it Apple on wheels is because of how obsessed they are with software security. Updates, patches, two-factor style logins, all baked in. And if you've ever owned a traditional luxury car, you know the pain. BMW or Mercedes, you might have to go to the dealership and wait weeks just to get a software fix. Tesla, boom. Overnight update, same way your phone does it. That's like the difference between mailing a letter and sending a text. Here's what's wild. Tesla doesn't just stop at updates. They tie the whole driving experience to your digital identity. Your car key isn't some clunky fob that can be cloned. It's your phone, your Tesla account, your biometrics. That means if somebody tries to hop into your Model 2 without being you, the system flags it instantly. No more fake key nonsense. And bro, the hacks we've seen on expensive cars are straight up scary. Range Rovers and Porsches getting yoinked with laptop-style relay attacks in under 90 seconds. That's like losing a six-figure car faster than it takes to make a TikTok. But Tesla's constantly shifting the goalposts with encrypted keys, pin-to-drive features, and active monitoring through the Tesla app. Imagine this. Someone tries to mess with your Model 2 at 3 a.m., and you get a push notification on your phone. Yo, someone's touching your ride. You can shut it down, honk the horn, or call the cops right there. That's next-level peace of mind. And here's where Tesla's real sauce kicks in. Machine learning defense. See, every single Tesla is basically a node in a giant network. If one car out in New York gets hit with a new type of hack attempt, Tesla's servers pick that up, analyze it, and push out a defensive update to every other Tesla, including your little Model 2 parked in Texas. That's like having millions of watchdogs around the globe, all sharing info to keep you safe. No other car company has that scale. Now, let's keep it real. Hackers aren't dumb. They're always evolving. But here's the advantage. Tesla treats their cars like living, breathing tech. They don't stay frozen in time. Meanwhile, your average $100,000 SUV, it's a sitting duck the day it rolls off the lot. 5 years later, it's running outdated software, and thieves know exactly where the weak spots are. So, yeah, when people scoff and say, "No way a $25,000 car can outsafe my six-figure ride," the answer is pretty simple. It's not about the leather or the badge. It's about who's keeping up in the digital arms race. And right now, Tesla is running laps around everyone else, bottom line. The Model 2 isn't just safe because it's hard to break into physically. It's safe because it knows who you are. It evolves every single night with new defenses, and it's backed by a network that's learning 24/7. That's not just security. That's digital body armor. Here's where the rubber really meets the road, fam. You can talk about locks, anti-theft tech, and encrypted software all day long, but at the end of the day, the ultimate safety test is simple. What happens when metal hits metal? When that crazy driver runs a red light, or when some dude's scrolling TikTok instead of watching the road? That's where crash safety and Tesla's driver assist tech come in. And honestly, it's the part that blows people's minds. First off, let's talk about structure. Most gas cars are built around an engine block, and while that sounds solid, it's actually a huge problem in a crash. Engines don't crumple. They shove backward into the cabin. Tesla's electric skateboard design flips that script. No giant hunk of metal up front. Instead, you get massive crumple zones, front and rear. So when a Model 2 takes an impact, that force gets absorbed like a sponge. That's why Teslas have been crushing NHTSA crash test ratings for years, often getting 5 stars in every single category. And yeah, 5 stars across the board is like acing an exam that most cars barely pass. And the center of gravity? Chef's kiss. Because the battery pack is flat and low, Tesla's cars almost hug the ground. Less rollover risk, more stability. Compare that to a $100,000 SUV, tall, heavy, and more prone to tipping in emergency maneuvers. Doesn't matter how much you spent. Physics doesn't care about your wallet. Now let's layer on Autopilot and safety AI. Look, I know some folks love to clown on self-driving hype, but here's the reality. Even in its current form, Tesla's driver assist saves lives. The data shows it. Cars equipped with Autopilot have a way lower accident rate compared to cars without it. Why? Because computers don't get distracted by Instagram, they don't drive drunk, and they don't fall asleep at the wheel. Picture this. You're driving your Model 2 home late at night. You're tired, your reflexes are a little slow. Suddenly, a deer bolts out of the woods. In a regular car, you might swerve too late. In a Tesla, the sensors catch it, and the car slams the brakes faster than your foot can even twitch. That's not science fiction. That's already happening on highways every single day. And here's the kicker, bro. Safety isn't just about saving you. It's about saving everyone else, too. Autopilot can detect cross-traffic, pedestrians stepping into the street, cyclists in the bike lane, and it reacts. How many tragic accidents happen because a driver didn't see them? Tesla's answer: let the car see for you. Oh, and one more thing. Tesla isn't just relying on a couple of sensors. They're building a vision-based system with cameras and neural networks that actually learn. That means the Model 2 isn't just born safe, it gets safer over time. Compare that to your average $100,000 luxury whip. The way it rolls off the lot is the best it'll ever be. No improvements, no learning. It's static. Bottom line? Safety isn't just about surviving a crash, it's about avoiding one in the first place. And Tesla's Model 2 is basically combining both: physical design that protects you if the worst happens, and digital co-pilots that step in to prevent it from happening at all. For a car that's supposed to cost $25,000, that's just insane value. So yeah, bro, spending six figures on a luxury car might get you massaging seats and a diamond stitch interior. But when life's on the line, I'd rather have a Model 2 watching my back than trust some overpriced badge.